Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Horror Comedy Hangout podcast. My name is Chris, the independent filmmaker.
Hey, I'm Jess, the non-independent filmmaker.
That's right, and we have another review tonight. Yes, we're going to be reviewing Death of a Unicorn. Yay! Despite that great title, this is this one bothers me.
This bothers both of us.
This is just such a lifeless misfire, squanders a killer premise and a stellar cast. So stay tuned, and we're going to tell you
all
how and
about
why.
it. Okay.
All right, and welcome back to the Horror Comedy Hangout podcast. Like I said, my name's Chris.
I'm Jess.
Yes, and at the top of the show, like I said, we are reviewing Death of a Unicorn. I keep wanting to say Death of a Dragon, but
right?
It's Death of a Unicorn, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm pretty sure.
Have you, do you like unicorns?
I do, actually. I've always thought that would be like such a cool creature in real life. I mean, basically, we do have horses. We just stick.
We just don't put the thing on top of them.
Yeah, we just stick horns on them, and that'd be great.
Gotcha.
I've always wanted one.
As a kid?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
I'm just curious.
I mean, I'm an adult. I'll take one now too. Okay. I mean, that'd be cool.
All right. So, this one has unicorns.
Yeah.
In it, and it's funny because I always kept calling it Death of a Dragon. Remember, I kept saying that by accident.
Yeah.
I guess I just wanted to be a dragon instead of a unicorn.
So you just wanted dragons, and I wanted unicorns.
I think so.
All right. There we go.
Some of these unicorns felt like they were dragons in the movie. So.
Yeah, these unicorns were something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Death of a Unicorn. This stars a few
a lot of big names, actually.
Yeah, which we'll go through that stellar cast in a minute. But this is a story about this guy, Elliot Kittner. He's a widow. He's a lawyer, and he's traveling with his daughter, Ridley, and they're going out to this big country mansion, huge mansion.
It's like, it isn't like a preserve or a sanctuary or something.
It's in a preserve.
Yeah.
This is his boss, his billionaire boss. He's going out to sign some contracts because he's a lawyer. While he's driving out there, something happens. They hit not a dragon,
a unicorn.
They hit a unicorn. Bum bum bum. Right.
Ta-da!
Yeah. So this unicorn. Of course, what you do when you hit a unicorn, what do? You put it in the back of your car, right?
Sounds like a great idea.
Great idea, because it's mystical and all this stuff.
And it's fun and cool. And
his daughter Ridley has this connection with this unicorn. She sees these things, so they bring it to the boss's house. Everybody at the house, the whole family, finds out that there's a unicorn in the car. They want to kind of squander that magical powers because patriarch of the family, that his boss, the billionaire, is dying of cancer. And they think
he's terminal.
He's terminal, and they think they can fix that. So
they basically take advantage of this poor unicorn.
They take advantage of the unicorn that's supposedly dead.
And
the other funny part about the baby.
Yeah. So
the baby.
Yeah, they hit the baby unicorn, and then you kind of like watch this evolve, and
the parents come looking.
It gets crazy. The dragons come looking, right?
The dragons come looking. They looked like dragons to me. So let's get into the cast, because this is a stellar cast.
Amazing cast.
Yeah, and that's another thing that attracted to me. For one, the trailer attracted to me. Those damn trailers.
The trailers
Maybe
always
get never watch a trailer, because either they use the stuff, all the good stuff in the trailer, or it's just a misrepresentation of what it's going to be. And you're like,
I think the trailer like hypes you up too. And you're like, oh, this is going to be so great. And then you get to the movie and you're kind of like, oh.
Sometimes you're like very disappointed in them.
Oh,
yeah. Or you saw it all in the trailer. So 2 minutes and I'm done with the film. Save money. On to the next.
Yeah. Okay. So tell us about this cast.
So the lawyer, the widowed lawyer, is played by Paul Rudd. So I'm a big fan of Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
I like all his stuff. He's Ant-Man. He's been in the recent Ghostbusters. He Only Murders in the Building, which is a TV series on Hulu, which I he was just in one of those seasons of that, did really well in that. And Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers.
Yeah. When he was super young starting out.
Super young, before everybody knew who he was. Yeah. He was in that. So I've like follow them all along, and I really like a lot of his stuff. His comedies usually hit for me. And then his daughter Ridley is played by Jenna Ortega, which is you're going to see her in anything and everything right now.
Yeah, she's been in so much lately.
She's really hot right now, which
is great.
It's great for me. A lot of people complain about that because they're like, just stop putting her in everything. But to me, I look at from the actor's standpoint is you got to strike while the iron's hot, because this business is very cyclical. And then one minute you're on top, and the next minute,
that's it.
Nobody remembers who you are anymore. So take advantage of it. So yeah, she's in the series Wednesday, which is
getting ready.
Yeah, coming up.
It's getting ready to release again. Season 2.
So excited about that.
Beetlejuice.
Don't say it.
Yeah, don't say it 3 times.
So yeah, that was just we had a fun. We reviewed that, so go see that.
Yeah.
Or see our review.
Go see it in what? The theater again?
No, go see our review of it. Yeah, so if you're liking all this, please like and subscribe and go watch our other reviews, which we did a review of that. We saw it the few nights before it even opened.
Yeah.
And then she's been in Scream.
Yeah.
Some of the Scream movies.
Franchise,
the recent ones. And then X.
What's X?
Remember Maxine and Triple X?
Was she in Maxine?
No, she was in the first one, X.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Ty West's movies, that his 3 series there, that three films.
Yeah.
Independent filmmaker Ty West, really good. Support your independent filmmaker, yes, and go see all those films.
Yes. Who else we got?
Poulter. I only remember him from one of my favorite comedy films of recent, which is We're the Millers. Oh my God, he is so hilarious in this, and he's funny in this too.
And it's 2 different ages of him too, and it's.
Well, yeah, he was super young.
Yeah, he was super
young, but he was much younger back then. Now it's weird to see him as more of an adult now,
and beefier.
Beefier, yeah.
Yeah, he's bulked up in this movie.
He has, and then T. Leone.
Oh gosh, I always butcher her name. Sorry.
Yeah,
but she's one of my favorite actresses. She's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, she was in.
And she hasn't done anything in a little bit.
She hasn't been around in a while, but she was fun with Dick and Jane, which is a stupid funny movie. Jurassic Park 3.
Yeah, loved her.
She was actually in Only Murders in the Building as well. Yeah, maybe that's the connection. You have to go to Only Murders in the Building.
Interesting. And I loved her in The Bad Boys, the first movie.
Right, Bad Boys. Yes.
Yeah.
So she
was in that. She was amazing.
She hasn't been around very much, so this is something recent for her. Anthony Carrigan. I love this guy. I love to have this guy on the podcast. Too big of a star now to ever get us. Maybe someday.
No, someday he'll be on. Someday we'll get him.
Super funny guy. He's in a TV show. Well, it's not around anymore, but called Barry on HBO. I've been talking about that with
that with Bill Hader, right? No. Wait, yes.
Yeah, Hader.
Yeah,
Hader.
Bill Hader. Yeah.
Yeah, he created that and wrote that show. So he plays the main bad guy in that, and he's so stupid funny. It's just hilarious. Everything that happens to this guy in that show is just hilarious, and he kind of goes back to his roots in this one too a little bit. And
I think the thing that did it for me for him in this movie was his faces.
Yeah, well, it was actor.
Yeah.
Expressions.
Yeah.
Come on,
You're going to have to watch the movie to see what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Because anytime he was asked to do something or told to do something, his face, it was just written all over his face. He didn't even need words to describe it. It was amazing.
So,
he's such a good actor.
Yeah, go watch Barry on HBO. If you have HBO, please watch that because he is just hilarious in this. And then we have Richard E. Grant, the patriarch of the family, the billionaire guy who's terminally ill in this film. He was in Star Wars, Logan, Game of Thrones. He's been in a lot. His list is just too long to list. So definitely another big star. So huge cast in that. So there is a reason I went through that whole cast, and we're going to tell you reason why. Yeah. Actually, I said at the top of the show, but I'm going to reiterate it later as well. So the other thing that caught my attention with this was one of the executive producers of the show is Ari Aster. And if you know Ari Aster, if you're like elevated horror and 2 big films that have been in recent, Midsommar and then Hereditary. He's the director of those 2 films, which were huge films. Amazing horror films.
Okay.
Not slashers, not just really great films. So if you've never seen any of Ari Aster's stuff, go see it. So he's the
None.
executive producer of this. And then Alex Scarfman is the Scarfman. He's the writer director of this.
We butcher people's names. Sorry.
I do.
We try.
Unless we have you on as a guest, then I don't.
Then we'll nail it.
Then I nail it because you're right in front of me. So, but Alex is not. So Alex, sorry about that. But he's been writing and producing for a long time. But this is his first time directing a feature. So he dove into that end of the pool. And this was developed by A24. And A24 has been huge lately.
They've been doing a lot lately.
They've been this huge independent company that's been coming and pushing a lot of great films out. They've been developing this for 5 years. He wrote it for Paul Rudd. When he was writing this film, it was Paul Rudd. He wanted him as the main character.
Oh, well, he got him.
He did get him. Yes. That's a lot of the cast. Just a couple things about that. This premiered at South by Southwest, a big a film festival.
Forgot about that.
If you've ever been there, I've never been, but I want to go.
We definitely will be there one day.
One day I do. They do premiere a lot of films there, so that make it to the mainstream. This film was not as scary as I was hoping. I know you're always hoping it's not as scary, and I'm hoping it's scarier. So this was a very cartoony film in a little bit with these creatures.
But they did really good with how they made them look, though, I thought.
Some of the CGI was okay.
It's okay.
So let's just talk about the good of this, because like we said at the top, this
great cast.
I think we're just going to say great cast for the whole thing. Great cast, not utilized as well, right? Yeah, I guess not. So the thing with this movie that really got me too is the beginning of it was just all comedy, like comedy. They were just pushing the comedy. You had that one unicorn for in the beginning, the baby unicorn, and then it switched halfway through. It went from comedy into horror. It really was a flip once the parents of the baby unicorn showed up. It was on, and it really kind of flipped from like a just comedy into
straight up horror. Like there wasn't as smooth of a transition as I think.
This one was definitely, you could tell there was a line between comedy and then it was horror.
But I did like, since we're on the good topic, I did like the fact the use of the colors though when she kind of went on the journey with the unicorns. So I did like the use of the colors and kind of having that euphoric state. So that was a really big one for me too, because I'm like, how are you gonna pull that off? But I think they did a decent job with that. And
with what?
Just the color, like the color and
the color of the movie or the color of the.
Oh, when she touched the unicorn horn. I guess I should have started with that, shouldn't I have?
Well, it was just a one little segment.
No, there's two.
Two little segments. Like I said, two little segments.
Two. Oh, boy.
I know.
All right. Keep going.
It was shot pretty well. There was just one, which you picked up on, was like that it flipped. It went from night to day. Like,
yeah, that was weird.
Like they walked in, it was night and they walked right out into day. And it was like, it was very strange.
Yeah. It was like, because you stayed in this dark scene for so long through most of the movie. And then they eventually came outside to shoot. And it was like, wait, there was no indication it was ever light outside. You never got the glare coming in or anything indicating it was just all of a sudden you were back out in the daylight. And you're kind of like, so that caught me completely off guard.
So yeah, that was the family was, the funny thing is the family played that uber rich, out of touch family very well. They were so rich and so out of touch with reality and life and the way most people live. Yeah. That went well. I just felt like the comedy didn't go, but we'll talk about the bad in a little bit. I want to talk about the good, which was what?
I feel like we're talking
the
about
stellar cast.
The stellar cast. I feel like we're mixing the lines here between the good.
No. It was a weird transition, just like the movie. It goes from comedy to horror, and then like stellar cast. Anthony Carrigan was he did so well. He's the breakout of this film in my opinion.
Yeah.
And it was a great concept. That was what drew me to it. It's like, ooh, a death of a unicorn. What is this all going to be about? And the title, it's one of those where, because the title's so important, and
it's like kind of grabs you.
Title can grab you, and when I'm writing stuff, I'm always like, well, what's the title going to be? Because people, you want
a good catchy title.
You want a good catchy title, and it was. I'm like, ooh, death of a unicorn. I have to see this. So we saw it. So
we accomplished that.
Yeah, let's not. We won't blur the lines with the good and the bad. We'll just go right to the bad because.
Thank you.
As we've been saying along, it's just
great cast, but I think so for me, definitely the bad in this movie was a lot of it felt forced. Yeah,
the comedy
felt forced.
Oh yeah.
Some of the acting felt forced. Some of the acting to me fell flat in some of the scenes.
You want to know which ones?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Tell me.
Well, a lot of the comedy fell flat. For me.
I think from like the beginning.
From the beginning, it was very forced comedy, painful. Unfortunately. And that's I don't want to beat up on Alex for taking 5 years to write this, but it just, comedy is any film is very subjective, and the comedy is even worse because comedy is even harder. And then horror comedy is even harder than that. So I get it because I like to write horror comedy, and it's just, I've seen some of my jokes just die out, and you're like, that sucks. But yeah, so that was it. The forced part to me was Paul Rudd's character and Jenna Ortega's character, the father-daughter. They did not act like father and daughter. They felt like they get. I know they get along very well because I've seen interviews with them and everything. And
the chemistry for like that dynamic was
it was more of a chemistry as well. We're outside of work, not inside a movie trying to be father-daughter.
Yeah,
and it was not. It was just I didn't.
It was whiny at times. I felt like
whiny at times.
And they're both. That's what's like I think so disappointing is they're such great actors, but then putting them together for this film was
it was just
questionable.
It was very one-dimensional characters for me. The father-daughter thing was just weird.
There wasn't like that
right
weird
from the start, right in the car when they were driving. The opening scene, it just it almost lost me there.
Yeah,
I was like,
and until like they had the accident with the unicorn, it was like, ooh, we're moving on to something because it was just, I don't know.
I feel like you didn't know the lead characters very well. I didn't think there was a very deep backstory because, like, again, I get it. You run out of things. Oh, the mother died. Okay, there's 50 million movies of the mother died, but okay, how are we going to do it differently? So I care about the characters, and I want to care about the characters, and I just didn't feel like that. Some of the plot points were off as well, and it just kind of fell flat for me. Like I said, the comedy was off, and then once the horror kind of hit, I was like, oh, I kind of ramped back up a little bit. I was like, okay, now I'm interested. Although the mother and father looked like dragons.
They did look like no, they didn't look like dragons.
Okay.
Oh no,
I like that they looked like dragons.
That's the other thing that kind of aggravated me a little bit is I don't feel like you saw enough of like the full unicorn's faces. Like I felt like we just saw a lot of the hooves, a lot of the body, the teeth, but you didn't get like that moment of staring at these beautiful mythical creatures that, they're portrayed to be. And I feel like we only got like that short, brief moment in the end of the film. And I'm just like, this is like, I know the other thing I was going to say too, but go ahead, say your piece and I'll say mine.
Okay. Well, yeah, no, it was, you felt like the CGI was okay. That's what I felt like it was not the best. And then I feel like, I felt like the some of the CGI wasn't as good. And maybe that's why they were just not showing the faces as much or the full body or whatever. You didn't see as much of it. Cheaper that way. So we don't have to do as much CGI if you don't see as much. That's just my thoughts on that.
At least give us one good shot.
Well, the ending, like the ending was, I didn't like that it was outside in the bright sunlight. I wanted it to be dark and night.
Or even like dusk in the morning.
Yeah. Well, that was the scene that went from light to dark.
Like instantly.
Which was kind of jarring. When it's that much, you're like, oh crap. That went from light to dark just instantly. There was no morning time at all. So that was, and I would rather have that at night. I like the more, dramatic part of it being contrasty and shadowy and that kind of thing. And then you could have hid some of that CGI stuff if it was a little dark outside.
Yeah, you could have. But I think for me too, the ending was like, you saw Jenna Ortega's character fight for these unicorns throughout the movie. But when it came to the very end of, what's his name? I'm just drawing a blank now.
With who?
What's his name? The guy that played the son to the rich couple. What's his name?
Will is his name in real life.
Yeah, Will's character. He was, I'll give it away. He was tying up the unicorn's legs, and Jenna Ortega's character is just kind of sitting there, like letting the unicorns lay on her. And I'm like, to me, like, you fought so hard for the unicorns to not be killed or to survive or not be used in a horrible way. And all of a sudden it's like, you just gave up like the unicorn did.
Right.
So that's what irritated me. And I was like, why are you giving up the fight now? It's like, womp womp.
Yeah. You know, and then,
a lot of it fell flat.
And that's the funny part is there has been so many horror comedies now. I love that the resurgence of the horror comedy, and you know, we just reviewed Hard Eyes, and that one that one hit for us a little better than this one, even though they're both horror comedies. It just, that horror comedy genre is just tough to do at times, I feel like.
And I feel like this concept was super cool, but
it is a great concept.
I just feel like they didn't hit the mark.
You know, a lot of people were hoping this was going to be like Cocaine Bear.
Oh,
that was so funny. So stupidly funny.
Cocaine Bear.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was all the marks.
That's when the one you're like, oh, I have to see that. This is going to be a stupid movie. And then you're like, you laugh your whole, and that one was horror comedy and it hit the whole time. We haven't done a review on that, so we probably should.
Oh, maybe we should.
Yeah, that was before the podcast time.
Yeah, actually it was.
It was. So we will do a review on that. Speaking of Cocaine Bear. So yeah, it was a miss.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to take away, like I said, from Alex. You know, it's a tough genre to hit. Comedy's hard, and then you put horror with it, and sometimes it just, it didn't mix as well because it was comedy in the beginning and then horror at the end.
Yeah.
And there were some good kills in there, though.
Oh yeah, definitely some good kills.
Some good kills. So if there's
some gore in there.
Yeah, if you like the gore, you get some of that, but it's more towards the end. Great cast, like we said, and a great concept. And it just was a little miss for us on that in that way.
Yeah, it was.
What would you rate this one on a screaming scale style?
This is like a 2.
2, okay.
2.5, maybe.
Yeah, I think I was going with that too. Is a 2.5 screaming smiles on this one.
Yeah,
just 2.5. Unfortunately, yeah. But I hope you enjoyed our review of
Death of a Unicorn.
Death of a Unicorn. I almost said Death of a Dragon.
Oh gosh, here we go.
We should do a Death of a Dragon.
All right, you write Death of a Dragon.
Yeah. So that's our review. We appreciate you hanging out with us at the Horror Comedy Hangout podcast. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. We need subscribers. I will respond to everybody's comment.
And he does.
And I do. Yeah,
he does. And he tells me what you guys write.
Yep, I sure do. And we're on the YouTube. The YouTuber. And we're on any streaming platform.
There's too many to name.
There's just too many to name. Spotify.
You got us on everything.
All those. So
all the things.
Please check us out, like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon again.
See you next time.